Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things already rolling. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. That's a little off target. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Vieira. Hazard. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Makalele. Japan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that was somewhat errant. Well, he has managed to get that all wrong. That's a good foray he's making. Makalele.
I'll be accused of bias here, but I can't overlook the great professional that is Javier Zanetti.
How's that bias, Jim? He just has the lot. He has such class, doesn't he?
That's it, an oozer of class and an example to all aspiring footballers.
Owen! Fantastic from Michael Owen! About as smooth as it gets. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
France finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Makalele. And it's Tonali. In with the challenge. Nicely aimed pass. Knocks it into space. Not much subtlety about that challenge. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And he's quick to return it. Messi. He's got away. Varane does really well there. He is strong. Well, that has not gone well.
France are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hazard, well seen, saw that coming.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Japan are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Tonali can see things others simply cannot. Pelé will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Oh, great chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. This is their second corner of the game. France have the chance to go the other way. And he's had it nicked away. Tries to play it through. We expected better, and so did he.
France certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
The referee's awarded a free kick.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
So, another set play. And that's off target.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
Can he get it through? Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Makaleli, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Vieira. Zola, and the pass is intercepted.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Tonali stood up well to him there. Makaleli. He's having a hit! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Makaleli really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. France finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
France can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now he's running away. Vieira. Ronaldinho. Driving forward. And it's Zanetti. No luck with that dink over the top. Ronaldinho. Can he spark a counter here? Zola. Oh, this is a very good run. Makaleli. Now it's Owen. Great vision. Pelé. Oh, that looks a good ball through. Zanetti did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Makaleli. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, now here's a good battle by... Here's a chance! Good try, very good try, in fact.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
"60 minutes played. Couldn't squeeze it through. Ronaldinho. He's through here. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. This to be all square. What a save from Peter Schmeichel!
Substitution for Japan. Number 5, Edmilson. Number
Intercepts the
19,
throw. That's well read.
Jalali. Number
France
22,
really are going for it here,
Messi.
Peter. Now it's just a matter of
Number 14,
sustaining the effort.
Owen.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Number 18, McAllister. Number 23.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Foot in. France can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
He is through here, and he's cut it out.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
That has been cut short.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Now he's got space here. It's a really well-measured ball. Soma, and he's managed to get free. Steaming on goalwards. Goes down, but nothing given. Ronaldinho. Pele. Good pressure, determined, intense. Well, this could be it, bar something close to a minor miracle.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
And that has put paid to that. Zola. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
McAllister is always scanning the pitch for targets.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
McAllister.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Vieira does well to get it back. He's found a way through. Shot, surely! That was superb goalkeeping.
McAllister actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Japan get their fourth corner. Oh, good climb! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
We are into overtime. Oh, some tackle that. Van Dijk. And he was quick to react. Can he get on the end of this? Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And that's it. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
And a quick reminder.
So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, I hate to sound too harsh, Peter, but that was poor. I mean, devoid of ideas, devoid of guile, devoid...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Watching, there's very little room for debate when it comes to Andrea Pirlo's legacy in the game of football. He made that deep-lying creative position his own.
Although I believe it was something that happened almost by accident.
Pretty happy accident.
Yeah, it seems he started out as a number 10, but he didn't have the necessary pace or physicality, so he just dropped deeper. Now his game is all about stepping up at the right time, picking the most perfectly measured through balls, and he's nailed it.
Pele. And now the breakaway. Now it's Hazard. And it's Hazard. Space for him to turn and look. And this is Hazard. And the shot! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
What a moment of brilliance, control and perfect accuracy.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
So, a breakthrough already. Zola, real chance! And he's following up! And it's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Zola duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's...
Goal, France! And the comeback is complete! Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Now that's well seen too. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And the through ball. And he's running through. He's found some space. Oh, what a stop. Had to be at his very best. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's got the beating of his man. Hazard! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Hazard can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Zola. Pirlo, the arch schemer, always looking to get the team going. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pele. Now, can they get it back? He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Gattuso calmly anticipates. Rooney has found the net here, of course. Looking for the run. Hazard, he's got away. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Rooney! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rooney really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Plays a sharp little ball here. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Hazard gets into a good position. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Uruguay have their second corner now. Oh, good climb! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Roberto Carlos. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Vieira. Pele thinks about the shot. And the shot! Oh, it's come loose. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Baresi, always a very imposing presence at the back. Rummenigge. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Hazard. That is lovely. France claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. This possibly the last play of the half. Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Valverde. Oh, no joy this time. That's the end of the first 45. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. And we are up to the break.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
France ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. Back on the way then. That's the keeper's ball. Valverde. Hazard. Now, can they get him away? It's played through for him. He's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. That's good play. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Zola. Here's a chance! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Gattuso. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And he plays one through. And that's in! 2 to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Vieira. Pele. Threads one in.
There they go, hunting again.
Vieira. Hazard has the space to scheme. And that has left him in a heap. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Referee has just said play on. Now it's Rooney. It's a pretty loose pass. Tries to pass it through. Gattuso looking to play him in. Great vision. Oh, super find. Oh, perfectly measured that. Shot a goal! And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Looking for option, and a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Now it's Pele. Oh, now he can run away with it. Gattuso. Rummenigge. And this is Rooney. Oh, a gilt edge! It's Rooney! And it's come back out to him. It's in! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
France surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Valverde. Can he get it through? Ronaldinho getting forward. And he's had it nicked away. It's a really well-measured ball. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Valverde. This is a promising build-up. Pinches it off him. Now that looks a decent ball. Hazard. He is through here! Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Nicely weighted ball. Valverde. 5 minutes left on the clock. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
France nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And he's managed to get free. That's a good ball out wide. Ferdinand, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And this is Hazard.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Gattuso. And Rooney. Not the most accurate pass. Pele. Rooney. And that's that. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Pele voted man of the match, and deservedly so. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
Well, what we've seen is a team that refuses to accept the game might have just got away from them. They stayed true to their style and turned this right on its head. This is a tremendous win.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Knocks it out wide. Caught offside that time. Rooney is onto this. Threads one in. Rummenigge. Knocks it into space. Well, this is one boy from Croxteth who, so far as club football goes, has achieved just about everything. English football has rested on his broad shoulders for nigh on 2 decades. It is, of course, the modern great that is Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, and without question, one of England's all-time finest. His record speaks for itself.
And his face is that of a man who simply cannot accept defeat. During games, he is always laser-focused, and he fights tooth and nail for every win. Vieira is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Can he get it through? Now it's Rooney. Oh, that's fabulous. Rummenigge! Goal! Uruguay! And Uruguay take the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Now it's Azar. Azar. And that's been won straight back. Tries to play it through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
It's a threatening ball.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Ronaldinho, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
And now the breakaway. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Zola was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Thuram. He can run onto that.
Such good technique.
He is through here. Buffon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Looking for the run, and this is Rooney. Rooney will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Great vision, well timed, excellent interception. Pass somewhat off target. Thuram.
Uruguay really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Throw in. Doesn't quite get there. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Goes for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Thuram. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Spread it left. Oh, that's a key interception. Azar.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Thuram cuts it out. Looking to play him in. And it's Azar. That ball looks a good one. He's rising! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Ronaldinho certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Roberto Carlos. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, that's superb. Vieira. And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. France currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Picked out brilliantly. Well, momentarily the situation was perilous, but his alertness has saved the day.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
And Messi! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Roberto Carlos looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Now, can they get him away? Gattuso spots it and intercepts. He's found a way through. And that's an errant pass. It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
And Uruguay could counter here. And claimed it back swiftly. He's shifting through the gears here. He's having a shot! Goal, France! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Oh, that is tidy. It is a picture-book goal.
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it and then opting for a lovely little lob.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Played out towards the right wing. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And the finish!
Uruguay really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Pelé. Passing is crisp and sharp. Ronaldinho. Good read, needed to be. Gattuso. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Distributed tidily.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
He won't be happy with that one. Pirlo, the conductor, the central piece to his team's attack. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Número 23, Messi. Número 19, entran número 6, número 10, número 5.
That's got him rattled.
Número 8, se va a realizar un cambio.
Uruguay with the corner, they're first. France are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, it's a chance to shoot! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Now that looks a decent ball.
France clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
He has a look up. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. So we have further activity on the bench here. Oh, that's well spotted. Gattuso, and the pass is intercepted. Looking for options for movement. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Yaya Toure. Neymar stood his ground strongly, and he's managed to get free. That's very neat. There will be 4 extra minutes. It's a really well-measured ball. Yaya Toure. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Neymar. Oh, that was vital. Gattuso.
This is the time you need that pace.
And this is from Mario. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. The end of the game. Reflections?
What a game, what a show of character. It wasn't looking good at one stage, it was quite flat in the first 45 minutes. But that's how you turn things around. You get a purpose in your game and you go for it.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Veglin alongside me. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, since it first opened its doors back in the mid-1990s, this most splendid of venues in European football has... Can he finish?
Superb from Hullet! Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
He hit that like he meant it, absolutely speared it in.
It would have taken something heroic from the keeper to get anything on that. The height was tricky enough, but the power, he had no chance.
Japan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Mbappe.
That's good play from him.
Always goal side. Mbappe! Kylian Mbappe! You just cannot stop him! About as smooth as it gets. They're level in a trice.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Japan restore parity.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
And he's in on goal, and Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Aimed beyond the defence. And it's Hullet. Now it's Mbappe. First quarter of an hour gone. Mbappe. Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. It's a pretty loose pass. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Mbappe! He might... Mbappe! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Now it's Messi. Now it's Messi. Great ball if he can get there. Ronaldinho unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Makaleli. And it's Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Silvestre. Looking for the run. Oh, super find. Thuram. Hullet is herring after that one. No, that's been intercepted. Rijkaard. Valverde. That's good running with the ball. And that pass just didn't quite work. Bruno Fernandes is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Valverde with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Hullet, he has a look up. Rijkaard. Makaleli. Now it's Mbappe. Ronaldinho. Can he get it through? Great defending, strong and determined. Bruno Fernandes. Ronaldinho. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to play it through. Hullet. That has been cut short. Owen. Ronaldinho. He can run onto that, and he was quick to react. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Not the most accurate pass. And that's a throw-in.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Knocks it into space. And the shot! It's run loose. Oh, it's fallen kindly here. He's delivered all right. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
And the referee has blown for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. The second half is up and running.
France really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Now, can they get him away? Neymar. He's being urged to shoot. It's Neymar! Pass somewhat off target. And here's Hullet. And it's Vieira. Knocks it out wide. Passing nice and neat. And this is Neymar. He's found a way through. Takes a shot! And again, he is at his elastic best.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now they can clear their lines. France really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Plays a sharp little ball here. Neymar gets into a good position. Great vision. Thuram spots it and intercepts. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Owen. That's been slipped through. Vieira.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, he's all alone. Shot a goal! And no mistake. They've done it again! It is incredible!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
France dragged themselves back again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Looking to play him in. There's some great running on show here. Bruno Fernandes! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Neymar! This boy is showbiz! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
He is through here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Japan can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Here's a chance! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Now that's well seen too. And he's quick to snatch it back. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Owen, looking for options for movement. Oh, well played, well played.
Japan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And he cuts out the supply. That is good alertness. Now that looks a decent ball. Vieira. Can he get on the end of this? Nice control. Tries one from range.
France nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And this is decent chance! Off the post! He's shifting through the gears here. Threads one in. Great chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
That is ended up in no man's land. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Neymar. He's picked his way through. And that's that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Pullets picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
This has been a very composed...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Pelé.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. He's found a way through.
Brilliant save from Buffon! Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident, it takes hard work and perseverance.
And a chance! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
The major moment in the game. Just one winner. Not much more than a formality.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
France finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Nicely aimed pass. Now that looks a decent ball.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Messi. And it's Ronaldinho. And this is Zola. Nice defending, it's got the job done. Pelé. Gattuso. He won't be happy with that one. Valverde. And it's Hazard. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Messi picks it up out wide. Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. Played out towards the right wing. Now it's Rooney. And that's going wide left. He's shifting through the gears here. Hazard defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Rummenigge. Oh, that's an excellent interception.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Couldn't squeeze it through. Now this... And the shot! And he's stuck it away! They are purring, truly purring! Terrific goal, what a super sharp finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Uruguay are sitting pretty. Great chance! Relentless! Just relentless! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Uruguay find a position of real strength now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And this is Hazard. Ronaldinho aimed beyond the defence. And here's Rooney. Vieira. Pelé. Pelé going face to face with his great rival. No way through. Nicely weighted ball. Pelé, he's picked his way through. Takes a shot! He's got a goal! Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
France may be down, but not out just yet. Pelé. Pelé will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And here's Azar. And this is Pelé. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Azar. Now, can they get him away? Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Great vision. Pelé receives it in a wide position. Pass somewhat off target. Thinks about the shot. Hazard cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Oh no, this does not look good. It's played through for him. And that is a little undercooked. Can he finish? Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So we're off again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, he's gone for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, that's well spotted. Tries to pass it through. Gattuso. Baresi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Zola looking understandably energised after his goal. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Gattuso. Distributed tidily. A quick look, thought about... Real chance! And he should have made them pay.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. Oh, it's come loose. And the pass is intercepted. He's having a hit! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
I don't think anyone's really surprised that he's tried that, Peter. He's certainly confident in smacking one from range.
He is through here! Pelé has it in a wide position. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. "60 minutes played. Can he get it through? And he was quick to react. Not the most convincing of passes. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's Messi. Tries to play it through. And no, that was never going to make it. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking for the run. He's got away. A lot of space ahead of him.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
And they're on him in a flash. Looking to play him in. Now it's Valverde. Oh, well played, well played. Looking for options for movement. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Valverde. Azar. Pirlo. Now it's Rooney. Now it's Azar. And he's had it nicked away. Can he get on the end of this? Vieira. Roberto Carlos. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Uruguay clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well, that has not gone well. Azar. Threads one in. Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Rooney. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Solar. Oh, he had to make that, and he did. Chance! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, I think it's great. He's showing plenty of fight here. You want that to spread throughout the team now.
France with the corner, there first.
Número 11, número 4, número 22, número 19, número 23, Messi. Entran.
Can he finish? And that's a good finish. And they are dragging it back. Game on again. Thuram duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And a really good game is threatening to break out here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Vitinha, who can single-handedly make a difference. And Romario! It's a goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, perfectly measured that. And the finish! Brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. France have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim? Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things already rolling. Maldini gets a foot in and wins the ball. Pullet unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And here's Mbappe. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And he's intervened well there. Yamal. He's shifting through the gears here. Pirlo. He leaps for it. Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Zambrotta. Cannavaro. Opts for safety. Zambrotta. Now it's Yamal. Looking for options for movement. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Pullet! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Pullet has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And it's Del Piero. Oh, nicely intercepted. Vieira. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And this is Ronaldo. Could be danger here. And that has been cleared. France are one down despite having the better chances here. Always onto this. Oh, shapes to shoot!
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. France are looking to go forward now. It's a pretty loose pass. Maldini. Oh no, what has happened here? He's got away. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Roberto Carlos taking charge of the dead ball. And this is a great chance to get themselves back square. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Oh, the keeper, for me, just made that look an awful lot easier than it actually was. France really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, such a clever touch. Thuram, looking for the far post, and the keeper beats it away. Goes for goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Vieira is offering a right smile there.
Nice looking ball. He's being urged to shoot. And the shot! And he's stuck it away. France are back on level terms. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides.
And Ribéry! It's bounced back off the post. And he's there to retrieve it. And here's Yamal.
Lamine Yamal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Valverde. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Yamal. He's found a way through. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Oh, good ball! That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Now it's Del Piero. No, it's come to nothing. Bullet. Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, no joy this time. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Del Piero. Lovely, now then. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he can thump it away. Turns back here, probably the best option. That's the end of the first 45. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. And we are up to the break.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch with chances created at either end. But it has to be said, neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
France are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Tries a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Mbappe clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Yamal! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Mbappe. He might be in here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And that is expertly dealt with. And it's Ronaldinho. Cannavaro cuts out the pass. Pirlo.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Mbappe. And he's lost his man here. And he shoots! Mbappe is magnificent! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And they're back in front. Oh, that was sharp. Deliciously sharp.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
Brazil have their lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Oh, that's a fine interception. Oh, easy pickings there. Played into space. Pass somewhat off target. Zambrotta. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Hullet. No, he's not getting past him there. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Looking to play him in. That's good running with the ball. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Now it's Mbappe. Vieira. Pirlo. Maldini calmly anticipates. Ribery is looking to influence the game from out wide. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Ronaldinho stood up well to him there.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Gets a good foot in there. Plays a sharp little ball here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Pirlo. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Azar.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Pirlo. Now it's Yamal. Foot in. Roberto Carlos powering forward here. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
So we have movement on both benches.
Camisa 21. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa
Cannavaro
17.
gets across to intercept that.
Camisa 10. Neymar.
France now in a position of desperate urgency.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
He won't be happy with that one. Just 5 minutes remaining now. And that is a little undercooked.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Neymar stood his ground strongly. And here's Mbappe. Yamal. Valverde, renowned for his long-range shooting. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that will be it. France were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Effort unrewarded. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway. Ronaldinho, the man who you could say was the man once upon a time.
Yeah, certainly wasn't the noughties. So many games where his magic just shone.
And of course there was that really famous game in November of 2005.
I know the one you mean. One of the most dominant performances by an away side in Madrid. He was absolutely instrumental in securing that 3-0 win.
And what a couple of goals he scored. Individual masterpieces, the pair of them. He just tied them up in knots.
Yeah, the defence was described as showing no guts and no attitude, but I think that...
He's having a shot! It's fallen kindly here. Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
So, a breakthrough already. Ronaldinho was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Can he get on the end of this? Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Zola, nicely weighted ball. That's a nicely shaped ball. Dida breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Now it's Pelé. Lovely, now then. Makalele clears without hesitation. Zola. Maldini. Threads one in. Oh, that's neat. Chiellini does well not to be outdone there. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. He has found the way through. Brilliantly cut out. Rooney, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Pass is just off target. Tries to pass it through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tonali. And it's Ronaldinho. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he is... And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
And this is Pele. Now it's Pele. Maldini demonstrating his defensive quality there. Almost half an hour in now. And that's been slipped through. Yeah, the ball's gone astray. Messi. Now, can they get him away? Lovely ball and a real chance now. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And it's Rooney. Now, he's got space here. That's a shade optimistic. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Japan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Tonali. Looking for options for movement.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Zanetti. He's shifting through the... Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! They are purring, truly purring. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Valverde. Stood up well to him there. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. There's the shot! No, he couldn't get hold of it.
Ah, that's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
That's the end of the first 45. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other. So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 17. À sa place, le numéro 21. Messi.
So let's get the ball rolling. France decide to shake things up. There has been a change in personnel. He's a sharp little ball here, and he cuts out the supply. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
France clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Knocks it out wide. Now it's Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass. Pass somewhat off target. Messi. Always onto this.
Zanetti.
France different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Zanetti.
Is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And the through ball. That's an excellent interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. So what can they make of this? And here's Messi. And that has put paid to that.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Rooney. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Aimed beyond the defence. Azar knocks it into space. And this is Pele. And this is Messi. Oh, truly brave defending.
Well, what can you say about that? Just about everything was stacked against him, and he still came through.
And he's running through. France do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking for the run. And this is Pele. The ball is loose and the chase is on. He's picked his way through. And this is Messi. Zanetti did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Shot could be on. And he shoots! Well taken goal. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. A moment that... he's given it away. Oh, he's burst through. What a save from Peter Schmeichel.
Messi clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Rooney. Can he get it through? Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zanetti did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Mbappe. And that is a little undercooked.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Oh, easy pickings there. Looking to play him in. And the pass is intercepted.
France really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they have...
Goes for a shot! Tonali. Ronaldinho.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Spread out to the left. He is through here! Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Van Dijk makes the interception. Ronaldinho. And this is Rooney. He's found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He's got away. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Strong running down that left flank. Maldini pulls off an exemplary... And that is it, the referee has seen enough. France cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, look, it was very one-sided. Their players didn't turn up for the first half, and then it all went downhill.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.